Hey guys, what's up? It's Elements. The recent 4.3 patch just came out, and I want to talk about a few of the support changes because that was a big highlight of this patch was the new support items and how they got changed. And I want to talk about how those are actually going to affect the support game. So first up, I kind of got a problem with how badly Ancient Coin and the tree of items got nerfed. Because I don't really see it as a viable choice anymore. Like, granted, it was giving you a lot of regen, and it was pretty good for lane sustain, but it didn't offer you any HP. It didn't offer you any defensive stats. It was just some good regen, and you're getting some gold. And I honestly don't even think it was that outrageous the amount of gold you were making. I mean, oftentimes you were still pretty behind in support, even if you took this item or got it earlier. Like it wasn't like this game-changing item that was like, oh my god, the coin, it's so good. Nomad's Medallion, so good. Talisman Ascension actually is incredibly good, but I kind of feel like they nerfed like Nomads and Ancient Coin like into the ground, and now Spell Thief and Relic Shield are just so much better in terms of what they offer, but I still can't kind of grasp why Coin was even nerfed. So it's like, you have Coin here, and let's say, Relic Shield and Spell Thief are like down here, like, the bar's down here, we'll say. And so what they did is they're like, well, let's nerf the shit out of Coin and Nomad's Medallion and bring it down here, and let's pump these two up. So then you got the two up here, and now Coin's down here. I know that was an awful explanation with my hands, but you get the picture. So it's like, why would you buff the two support items that aren't as good and then nerf the one that's, good? That makes absolutely no sense. Why can't all three of the items just be good? It's kind of like blowing my mind a little bit why they even touched Coin when they plan to make the other Spell Thief and Relic Shield that much better. It has absolutely no regen base. It went from 5 regen to 0 Ancient Coin. Granted, being near a minion death without dealing a killing blow grants 2 gold and 5 HP now. I mean, it's okay, but I mean, again, that really only helps you in the laning phase. And they even said in the post that they wanted to directly make sure you're staying in lane with Coin. And it's like, well, it's not that fantastic outside the laning phase anyways, and then you nerfed it into the ground outside the laning phase, which again makes absolutely no sense. So Riot, I have to urge you to actually revert the Ancient Coin changes, because granted the patch just came out today, but I haven't seen any supports taking Ancient Coin. It's either Spell Thief or Relic Shield start, because they just offer so much better utility and stats that there's just absolutely no point to taking Ancient Coin unless you really want Talisman of Ascension. But again, I feel like Talisman of Ascension is a better 2,000 gold buy than even getting it in lane. I think I'd rather take a Doran Shield if I wanted to just sit in lane and sustain anyway still, despite the nerfs, because again, Ancient Coin really doesn't offer you that much gold value and that much worthwhile regen because of these nerfs. So yeah, I really have to display my distaste for the Ancient Coin nerf. The Relic Shield and the Spell Thief upgrade, though, fantastic. Love those 2 support items. I wish we just had 3 out of 3 good support items instead of 2 out of 3. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. But I actually wanted to bring up a bigger, more important issue that I think is actually affecting support more so than any of these support items. And it's actually the Inspiration utility tree. 2 out of 2. It gives you plus 10 experience every 10 seconds when near a champion of higher level. And when I was reading this, I thought to myself, I'm like, well, why isn't this just on all of these support items? I don't get why that's not just like a base thing on all the support items. Because I don't know if everyone notices, but like anytime any support's in the game, whether they're doing good or not, they're gonna be lower level than everybody else in the game. Like no matter what. I guarantee Riot has a whole bunch of stats on it. You can go watch the games. You can go see yourself. Go play a game right now, and I guarantee by let's say 25 minutes, just press tab, look at your support level, look at their support level. I'm like 99% sure they're going to be lower level than most of the players in the game, And that's just the reality of support, because when you go roam a little bit, or you go ward, Or if you're getting zoned a little bit in the AD carry, like Caitlyn or Varus is using, these long-range abilities to pick off CS, you're not actually getting any experience. Anytime you leave a lane for a little bit, it's that much more experience, chipped away. And I notice most of the time my AD carry will be like level 11, and I might be, like level 9, close to 10. But I still will always be like a level or two behind my AD carry when it comes to, mid and late game, and that honestly bugs me. I think that's an awful thing to happen to supports, because everyone knows that this game is about levels for the most part. When you're like, for instance, let's use a champion for example. When you're level 10 and someone else is level 11, they have their level 2 ultimate, and that's scary as fuck. Like, that's super scary. Even in the lower levels, when someone's level 4 and you're level 3, it's like, oh shit, like, they're that much stronger. They have another ability on me, and it also grants you tons of stats and stuff like that too. So it's like, for all these melee supports and all these super squishy caster supports, they're losing stat value. They're losing, all these, basically just losing a whole bunch of stats for nothing, because there's not a way currently to match up with the other champions levels in the game. So I gotta ask Riot, and yeah, pretty much just asking Riot, why isn't inspiration put on these support items that are directly made for supports when this is such a big issue for supports? And I mean, that's really it. I want to ask Riot why. I hope they see this, and I hope they actually have a good answer for why they don't have the inspiration plus 10 of your experience every 10 seconds when near a champion of higher level, because it honestly just opens up supports in fantastic ways. It'll help supports in such a way that it'll actually, how can I say this? Like, I just can't emphasize, sorry for hitting the microphone, I just can't emphasize enough about how much this would help supports just in general, and just, feeling like you're actually in the game and not playing, a support. Because getting behind the levels is not fun. Being weaker than other players for no reason other than you playing support is not fun. And it opens up more roaming. It opens up, again, a higher level of abilities to choose from and stats. It is honestly just a good change for the game. And yeah, I definitely think it should be in. But what do you guys think? Do you think I'm crazy here for saying that inspiration should be put on these, coin, relic shield, and spell thief? Or do you have any other issues that you guys are feeling with these support items? This is kind of how I feel about it. I wish coin was not nerfed into the ground, and I kind of wish inspiration was on all three of those starting support items. But that's kind of my little opinion right now. Yeah, tell me what you think. Peace.